Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This week, we continued with our gentle pantry purge. I'm not buying groceries at all, but I am focused on specific groceries. I need to be buying something for a specific reason, and this week it was mostly perishable items. We were able to actually knock out quite a few older items and clean out the freezer even more, making space for new deals whenever I find them. That makes me happy. Lunch today is a hearty soup that I made several days ago. There's still enough left for at least one more day. This soup was made from a collection of random items I pulled from my pantry, my fridge, and my freezer. None of those items expensive. The broth was 2 different broths and some tomato sauce, a little bit of frozen, plus I added a little bit that I had from an open jar in the fridge, so giving it that tomato flavor. A couple carrots, an onion, some dried legumes, so beans, lentils, split peas. None of the items were in huge quantities. All of the items I would previously have purchased on sale or at the bulk barn, or they were scraps left over from other meals that I've prepared, like the chicken that was pre-cooked and in a bag that I'd stripped from something at some point that I cooked. Meals can really be this easy, and they can really turn out this delicious and this hearty. I've pulled out a few things from the freezer. So this is the last of that salami, pepperoni, I'm not sure what it is. This was a dual pack. I just cut it in half. This is chicken breast. Don't worry about this. This is Hascat berries. One of my packages leaked all over several things and made a big mess. Leaked as I was freezing it, and I just never did anything. I just left the juices. And this is a small piece of a hot smoky. I want to use these things up in the upcoming week and perhaps even tonight. I might have a plan. I've got a bit of a mess going on here. I made a half a batch of pizza dough. We are going to make a pizza. The crust is looking good. I don't have enough pizza sauce alone for the pizza, so I luckily have this open jar of pasta sauce. This is a good way for me to use up some of it. So I'm going to combine these two together, and this will be my pizza base, and I'll put spices on too. I use a very high-tech method when I am, I guess, applying the pizza sauce. The back of a spoon. So I'm just mixing these two together a bit. Once I poured them on, I literally just use the back of a spoon to spread the sauce out. I might actually need a little bit more of the pasta sauce. No, maybe not. Nobody wants their pizza to be dry. That would be bad. You know what I think, guys? I think any day is a good day for pizza. Any single day of the week. I love pizza that much. One of my favorite foods. I just think there's so many options. So many ways that you can customize it so that it's always fresh and what you want. Always can be exciting. All right, how's that look? I think this is good. I'll get a little bit of spice on it. I happen to have actual pizza spice. This is my first, in my life, bottle of pizza spice. I mean, it's some used out of it. It's older now. But, I mean, I use things like Italian seasoning. I'm just shaking it on, guys. Italian seasoning, basil, oregano. I'm really, really fond and partial to oregano. I know lots of people really, really like basil. I just love oregano. If I could just grow the actual oregano herb, wouldn't I be so happy? I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to cut up the remnants of this old smoky. The old smoky cut up really fine, as well as a little tiny remnants of chicken that I had de-thawed, cut up real fine. This is that pepperoni or salami. I cut 2 slices off of this, and you can see here that I cut them real fine, like I diced them. So that's on there now as well. We've got yellow, red, and jalapeno pepper that are going to go on. Mushrooms, and these are the old mushrooms, not the new mushrooms. The oven is preheated. This looks pretty darn good. Oh, I'm going to add a few bacon bits on, so you'll see that when this comes out of the oven. And I don't know, you may notice sometimes on my stove or in my prep areas that I have these pans sitting out there, because you want to know why? Tiny home folks, guess where I store those items? All the stoneware is stored inside the oven. So when I'm baking something, it's got to go somewhere. Looks so good. You can see I pulled a couple little pieces of pineapple on the top here. The handsome one's not eating pineapple right now, so I only put it on half. It's delicious. This looks amazing. I love pizza. All pizzas. Except donair pizzas. So I just lied. I don't love donair pizzas. I hate donairs. And I hate donair pizzas. But I love all other kinds of pizzas. Frozen beef pot pie for lunch. And yes, I just crushed the whole thing up and mixed it all in together, because that's what I like to do. We are going to make a stir-fry kind of supper tonight. So we're going to use the shrimp egg noodles. This stuff out of the cupboard. A few of these new things here. Let's get it. Oh, and pork. I had pulled out 2 little pork chops, that boneless pork chops out of the freezer, and I didn't take a picture of them thawing, and the handsome one has cooked them for me for this. So these are ready to go. I'm going to take them out of here, use the same pan to get the veggies starting to cook, and then we'll add this pork back in. This is looking good. I'm going to get the heat on. So we've got green peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers, mushrooms, onions, cauliflower, and the frozen medley. A little stir here, very colorful. Gonna be great. I like to keep the lid of the wok on and just give it a stir every once in a while. I find that the steam, when it stays inside the wok, helps to cook and soften the stir fry. I need to get the sauce on. The sauce is going to be teriyaki. It's going to be equal parts of the teriyaki seasoning, homemade red pepper jelly, and soy sauce. This is what this looks like prepared. Looks great. All right, this is looking great. Shrimp egg noodles with stir fry. I'm going to call this lo mein because I want to. So lo mein, teriyaki, and it is mixed vegetables, cauliflower, carrots, broccoli, onions, mushrooms, peppers. Yeah, it's great. Look how good this looks. Look at that. Awesome. I am going to make smoothies for lunch today. Yogurt, some oat nog. I'm going to use about half of these strawberries. This is the softest banana of the bananas that I bought. We're going to put some microgreens in, and we are going to put in some spinach. I almost forgot. I am going to add a little bit of protein powder in there. I'm going to use salted caramel today. These are what the sprouts look like. The dark ones are not sprouts that have gone bad. They are just a different variety. So there's purple and green in here. And now in here. And now that that's all blended, let's add a little bit of spinach. You can see all the green in there. Burgers for supper tonight. Although it's a nice day out, it's not a nice day on the lake. Another couple months, all this snow will be gone. Starting to get some big cracks now. We've had these in the freezer for quite some time. I think we're going to take out at least 2 to go with the burgers tonight. So I'm just putting them on this barbecue pizza pan. Handsome one's going to have 2, and I am going to have 1. The burgers are ready. Let's go take a quick look at the shrimp and see how much more time they need. They're looking pretty good. I don't think they're going to take that much longer. Do these need to be flipped over? I don't know. And this is Graybeard. He brought his toy on the deck. We have a no toys outside policy, but he is saying, I love this deck. There's no snow on it. I just want to play with my toy. Yeah. I think I'm going to throw some sprouts onto my burger. This looks pretty good. Let's try one of these vanilla hazelnut pods and see if they actually taste like vanilla. We'll see. It's very hot. It has to cool a little bit. Soup for lunch today. I've been looking in the crisper drawer. Well, the Handsome One and I both were. And we're trying to use up some older items. And so this is starting to get crystallized here, this package of sausages. So we are going to have cheese sausages for supper tonight. And I'm asking the Handsome One just to cook the whole package. Obviously, we're not eating 2 pounds of sausages tonight, but we're going to cook this whole amount. Whatever we don't eat tonight can be used in a meal like up and coming. And we're going to have this with a salad. I think a spinach salad. The sausages are almost done, so I'm putting the salads together. We're going to start with spinach. I'm going to add cucumbers, tomatoes, sprouts. That is onions down in there. Some yellow peppers. And for me, a salad topper. And perhaps cheese on top. I haven't decided yet. Sausages and salad. These look amazing. I'm excited. I love salads. And I love sausages. Cheese sausages are high on my list of favorite sausages. Smoothies for lunch today. I'm going to use up the rest of these strawberries, the rest of these micro sprouts, some spinach, yogurt, of course, getting rid of this oat nog, and I am also going to add in protein powder and a banana. I almost forgot the banana. All right, here we go. These ones turned out extra green. Strawberry banana smoothies for lunch. I should have done these ones yesterday for St. Patrick's Day, but who knew? Valentine's Day came and went, and I never made any comment about this gift that I got. Hickory Farms was 75% off after Christmas kind of thingy. And the handsome one and I are going to have it tonight since we didn't have it for Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day, we had chowder. It looks very fancy. Okay, beef sausage, jalapeno cheddar. Handsome one will love that. Smoked Gouda. I will love that. Farmhouse cheddar. What's this here? Ham summer sausage. And what are these? Chocolates? All right. Let's get it started. We've got grapes, and the handsome one has been reminding me to get crackers, which I did this week. So we actually have some things that we can put together. We have homemade red pepper jelly. I still have some left of that red pepper jelly that I snagged from my mother's house. We've got pickles. We've got olives. Ooh, we have those fancy olives that I bought. Yeah, let's get this together. I always like using this fancy crystal platter. Do you know that I had this fancy crystal platter for, I'm going to say, 22 years or so, still in the package, still in the original package, you know, saving it for that special time, which I don't know when that would be. And I'm done with that. Your fancy stuff can be used anytime to make anything fancy. So we're having this Valentine's Day item that we got, and now we're going to eat it on our special fancy crystal platter. I've been saving this half of a Boursin cheese, so that can go on there. A few more things that I can add on. So here's the pickles, the olives, we've got grapes, we've got this chicken breast that I took out and thawed the other day, and the last time we did a charcuterie board, I got this white chocolate, and we still have half of the bar left. So I've decided that we're definitely not using all of this. I cut the beef sausage in half, also this cheese in half. I don't think I'm even going to open this cheese, but I am going to open the Gouda. And use half. I just added the summer sausage, the turkey breast, the jalapeno cheese, and some grapes, and we'll get some more things on here. This is that leftover pepperoni or salami stick. So I just cut it in slices, cut those slices in half. We'll get those laid out like this. I don't even think I'm going to open this one. We'll save it. It's looking pretty full. This is looking really good. These are those crackers. So the Dare crackers, those are really thick. Most of them are whole, and a couple broken ones that I've taken out so far, but like just a corner like that. Very happy with this. It's not that colorful. I can survive with that. And there's lots of stuff left over for next time. I do need to get out my little pot of pepper jelly. The homemade stuff, the stuff I got from my mom, this jar is almost empty. We used it in the last board, but it will fit better on my little board. So I'm actually just going to put some of that in here and stick a little spreader in it and get it on the board. There. I put a little spreader in the half of the Boursin and a little spoon. Looking good. I continue assessing items that are in the freezer in this small purge that we are doing. And we randomly decided to cook this massive turkey. This is a big turkey. It's massive. And I never choose this. It's been in the freezer for several years. Yes, years. I never choose this one because it is so large. So we are going to do something different. We are going to randomly cook this turkey. Yes, it's the middle of the week. It's no special holiday. We are going to use some of the meat for upcoming food for the dogs as well. They like turkey dinner. We love turkey dinner. Some of it's going to be frozen, of course, because this is a lot for two people to eat in like a reasonable time frame. But I'm going to get this in right away. And yes, it's frozen solid. And I am one of those crazy people. I'm going to cook it from frozen. This is frozen as solid as a bullet. So it's going to be cooking all day long. All right, let's take a peek. Oh, this is looking better. Yay! I'm excited. Turkey dinner. Egg cups for lunch today. All right, we'll get these stirred up. It's got all kinds of things in them. And we'll just get them in the microwave. These don't take long to put together, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than actual Crave egg cups. These have been in for a minute. We'll give them each a little stir. And get them back in for another minute. I added some salsa onto mine. I've already had some. It's delicious. I love little egg cups. So easy. Very inexpensive. We've got potatoes on. We've got carrot turnip. We are going to mash those. We've got stovetop, and I know that we have peas, so this is going to be great. So drained, but before the mashing has occurred. This turned out pretty good. Turkey dinner. Turkey, mashed potatoes, carrot turnip mashed, peas, stovetop stuffing, dill pickles for both of us, and the handsome one also has beet pickles and mustard pickles, and I made those. Seriously, how good does this look? So good. I should have made cranberry sauce. I have cranberries in the freezer. Today is going to be a repeat of yesterday. We're going to have egg cups again for lunch, and we're going to have turkey dinner again for supper. I am going to add 2 olives into mine. These do have the seeds inside of them, or not the seeds, the pits. And I'm going to use some cauliflower in them because we have it. Yesterday I had green peppers. Today we used yellow pepper, but the other ingredients are the same. This is after a minute. We'll give it a little stir and put it back in for another minute. Egg cups. I'm going to add a little bit of salsa onto mine. These look great. I'm standing in the exact location that I was just a few short days ago, and if you'll remember, the lake was totally frozen. We do have some ice still left out there, but today everything just went crazy. Yeah, I feel like spring is coming. We're preparing the leftovers to go in the microwave for reheating. We cooked cauliflower and added cheese to it to go with it because there wasn't tons of potatoes, carrot, turnip mashed. There wasn't tons of that stuff left, so we're adding this vegetable in. And I know I had mentioned about cranberry sauce, that I should make it. Well, I actually thought that we might have some in the preserves, and we're pretty certain that this is cranberry sauce. Here's the handsome ones. This was indeed cranberry sauce. He is getting out beet pickles and mustard pickles and that kind of stuff right now. See? And here is mine. Very exciting. Turkey dinner, it was really delicious last night. I will say I've been looking forward to having it again tonight all day. A few different things happened this week. As you can see, the lake, the ice is pretty much gone. So that means I feel like spring is soon going to be here. I've worn sandals a couple times, so I think that's really great. We cooked a turkey, and it was one of our older items, probably one of the oldest items that I have. I just kept hesitating to cook it because I kept saying it's big. It's really big. We have to be having a big event. And it is really big, and it was taking up a lot of space in the freezer. Almost one entire shelf was just that turkey. So we're really happy. We really have enjoyed the turkey dinner 2 times. I'm looking forward to, we haven't processed it yet, so tomorrow is the day. We have to strip it, freeze what we're gonna freeze. If I'm gonna make soup, I need to do that. And I'm looking forward to other turkey meals as well. And besides for that, we cleared out some other older items. That charcuterie, it wasn't a tray, but we made it into a charcuterie board. It was the Valentine's Day present. we have lots of that left, actually. So I'm going to need to get some crackers because that's what we don't have lots of left. I don't know. Just when you think of what you can make with what you already have without needing to buy a whole lot of other ingredients, it's more, I guarantee you, it's more than what you think. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. It would help me. Shares, likes, and comments, they also help me as well. I'm working really hard towards that 5,000 subscriber milestone, and I am hoping that that is going to come very soon. Have a great weekend, everyone.